on whatchamacallit, YouTube?
Yep, there it should be.
Yep.
Okay. Are we live? Well, there we go. I think we are.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so we're live there. And then we should be live on Twitch too, hopefully.
Yep.
And then I also have this hooked in channel. Oof. Yep. Painting Batman Gotham City Zoom test. All right. I think that works.
Sweet.
Monster, what's up? All right, let me do this. Let me do this. And I should be able to kind of dance between a few projects here. Rob and Batman together, too good to pass up. Well, you know, it's a funny thing. And we have, see, I can't see you. I can see you on Zoom.
Yeah, I can. Yeah.
I can see you on Zoom. I can do that. I don't know how to get you over into the small area. I got, you know what? I got to get Lance on the phone.
Oh.
I'll get Lance because Lance knows how to do this. Found the book.
This is a test, folks. Bear with us.
Yeah. I'm going to do some painting too. Let me just tell him I'm going to send him a link.
Ugh. If we're going to do a lot of this, I may have to fix my bandwidth.
Yeah, you may have to. I know it's not me because I'm kicking it.
Yeah, because this thing
on
this
all
thing,
followers. Hey, can you come on for a second and help me with Zoom? And then later on, we'll get on and do the Roll20 stuff if you have time. Or we could do it tomorrow.
Roll20.
I'm going to send you a link. If you can come in, great. If you can't, that's fine too. All right. So, all right, there we go. Now, let me send the ominous one a link. Oh, God, these dumb dogs. I can hear my dog. Can you hear him?
Yeah, it's our channel.
Yeah, it's our channel. All right, Outlook.
Oh, there's a difference between pinning and spotlighting on Zoom. Do you see the option to spotlight?
No, hold on. Okay, I just want to send this link to the great one. If he has time. Doosh. Send. Okay, there we go. Send. Don't need a subject. He knows it's from me. All right. I'm sorry about this, folks. This is also a test. Okay, where did which one call go? Oh, there it is. Zoom. Okay, there. All right. So pinning and spotlight. I have speaker view. I have gallery view. Why don't I have spotlight? Then over here, if I right click, or if I right click up here, no, it says unpin video. Okay. Now it says pin video. And that's all I have. Okay. Over in the right, in the corner here, it says mute my audio. Because there's a way that I should be able to. Okay. If I click that pin video, hide self view. Wow. All right. Enough barking.
Who'd you send it to, Serial? Did you send that to Rob? He said he sent an email about it. I don't know.
Yeah, but how do I get a spotlight? I don't see a spotlight option. Because I would be spotlighting myself all day long. Stop stream? No, we don't want to do that.
No, that's definitely not it.
That is bad.
To you.
I'm looking on you.
Yeah, your Nova Note.
I can make you a co-host?
No.
Let's see what that does. Do you want to make Helen Adams the co-host of this meeting? Yes. There you go.
Okay. Whatever that did.
I don't know what it did. I do not see.
It says no. I'm trying to see if I can find where the option is.
Meanwhile, while we're doing that,
let me see what I can find.
All right. So I'm going to talk. Oh, you sent the email to Nova Prime.
Yeah.
Okay. I can come in 10 minutes. That's fine. Now Stephanie. Okay, she just uploaded the next takeover.
Nice.
Good girl. Yeah, she's working.
We'll get that
all right.
done.
I'm looking. Serial Heroes usually ends up in my junk pile.
That's useful. You need a whitelist.
Well, no, I don't know why.
There's supposed to be 3 dots in the top right corner.
3 dots.
Window. Click there, and that should have the option to spotlight.
3 dots.
I have pin, mute my audio, stop video, rename, pin video, and hide self view.
Maybe because if I go full screen, no.
No, don't do that.
More is stop stream. No.
I screwed it up somehow.
How'd you screw it up?
I don't know. It pinned me, and now that's all I've got. How do I unpin me? You unpin me because you'd figured that out.
Oh, okay. I'll unpin you. No, it says pin video.
Here we go.
No,
unpin.
right click on your face.
Got it.
Okay. Huh. Well, ain't this a kick in the pants? I think it might be something that I have to set in the settings.
Maybe the meeting settings.
Yeah, I'm going to pin myself up for a second.
Okay, no problem.
Just so you guys see. Now listen, I have a very dear friend that has been waiting for me to finish painting Batman. I found these are the last figures. I thought I was done. I was cleaning everything up. And I just realized I didn't take care of the big dinosaur and 4 bats. That's all I have left. And let me tell you something. Batman has been almost as bad. It's actually been worse than Blood Rage. I cannot stand painting this Batman thing. I've never hated anything as much as I've hated painting DC heroes. Okay? So there you go.
And that's saying something. Because with that whole with your Patreon thing, you had truly hated a few games by the time you got done.
Yeah, and this has to be my all-time worst game ever to paint. Who can you keep an eye on the is anybody in Twitch?
I don't know.
Probably not.
It's like, part of my problem is with the difference in bandwidth that
so it kills your see that's going to be a problem for us.
Yeah, well, I can call Cascom and see what I can do.
So we're not going to be able to keep up with the chat as much, and I can't figure out how to get the chat to work.
We're cooking on it though, folks.
On Zoom. Yeah, we're working on a lot of different things, and I just figured instead of boring everybody with me.
We're on speaker view, so it's. Hang on.
We're on speaker view?
Yeah, so it switches to me when I talk.
Oh, I can fix that. Hold on. And I'm trying to keep an eye on Serial Heroes. I'm on Twitch now too. Okay, cool. Thank you. Really am trying to keep that consecutively moving.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
we have streamed, and I calculated it out. I went back and I looked at everything. This is our 43rd day straight. I mean, that's insane.
How do I turn off speaker view?
I'll take care of it. Hold on. I want to finish this tail.
No, you're fine. I'm trying to
up in the left-hand corner.
Okay.
Come on, boy. Come on, boy. So if you have the menu, it says gallery view. I'm on speaker view. Up in the right-hand corner,
Yeah. Oh, that's gallery view. That's speaker view.
Yeah, you turn off speaker view. You go, yeah. It's got to say speaker view. If it says speaker view, that means we're in gallery view.
Okay.
There you
Wait.
go.
Now we're in gallery view, but that means your image isn't as big.
Yeah, I know. And that's why I'm trying to figure out how to spotlight. Because if we spotlight, everybody will move over to the side. And that's, we can wait for Lance. Lance said give him 10 minutes.
I'm checking out some.
There we go. And anyways, what I'm doing here, and let me go to the nice thing that I like about Zoom is the freedom to just change cameras whenever I want. Boom. So, like I'm up here doing this.
Mm-hmm.
And what I'm using is actually thank you for being so diligent with streaming. It helps a lot to get through otherwise a very uneventful day. Well, I do try. Thank you. I appreciate it, bro.
No, that's on my side.
Okay, hold on. I'm going to move the camera. I got to move this over here. Wow, this is a pain in the butt. Stefan! What's up? All right. I'm just trying to get this. What I'm using is a contrast here.
It looks like it is in the meeting setup.
Yeah, but I couldn't find anything. So if I go to the meeting setup right now.
I think it's when you start a new meeting.
So I would have to start all over again.
Let me see what I can come up with by, just randomly.
All right. Oh, okay. I see this. Painting dinosaurs. If only my grandson was here. There's a little guy I miss. Oh. And how. So I'm using a Agros Dune for his just kind of going over his primer. And I'm trying to see how much basically I can cheat through this without, this is an easy creature and it's actually kind of fun. That's why I kind of saved him for last. And he is the last because he's probably the easiest thing, but the biggest thing out of them all. I know Pete would be happy to get this. I'm worried. I also try to investigate the chat as well.
Yeah.
Now, don't forget, everybody, that tomorrow we are going to be. I don't know what we're doing tomorrow, but we're doing it.
Young Red Dragon.
Yeah, we're doing the Young Red Dragon tomorrow, and that's gonna pretty much finish a pretty eventful week. We had War and Pieces yesterday with Mark. And I thought that was okay. Got to rein Dan in. And I don't think we can do a serious interview, to be honest with you.
No.
But boy, we can sell some games.
Yeah, we'll get time.
We could sell some games. We were talking about some games. They sold out today.
Nice.
So.
Sorry about that, folks.
And that wasn't coincidence.
It looks like you need to have a non-free account to do Zoom.
I pay for the account.
Okay.
I pay for Pro.
All right. So there's a thing on streaming media. I've got a thing here on streaming meetings on YouTube Live.
All right. The chat is what we got to figure out.
Yeah, which is supposed to bring the chat in.
Is that something I got to pay extra for now as well?
No, it should be part. It says a pro business education or enterprise account should be able to do it.
All right. So that's good because I paid for this and then I had to go pay for restream so I can broadcast on whatchamacallit. So I got hit with a bill that every month I'm gonna get whacked for like $60. Yeah.
Sorry, comment in the chat.
Yeah. The Batman.
Oh, Avocado Hydra says yesterday's War and Pieces was great. I agree.
No, you didn't. You were just telling me how bad it was a little while ago.
I thought it was fun. I was giving you tips or pointers for things that might be improved. There's a difference.
So basically, yeah, it's good, but you know,
Hey,
you guys
always
aren't
improving.
Always improving. Always be.
I need to put I have my teacup here. I need to put something on the bottom that says like, you know, drink me or something.
All right, so there. All right, and then we're going to put a wash over this guy when he dries. Yeah, so definitely. Here, let me. I'm gonna. How can I unpin this video? Wait a minute. I need to pin this video.
Yeah.
Okay, there we go.
What
happens? See, when we dual host, we screw with each other.
Now I'm pinned. No, now you're pinned.
Yep.
Yeah, we flip back and forth betwixt the two of us.
All right, because I'm in gallery mode.
It's not. It's actually, yeah, because I don't know.
Okay, hold on. Don't touch anything.
Not touching anything.
All right, let's see what happens now.
Hi, Lance.
Oh, he's in? All right, let me bring the big fella in here. Great one. Now I'm going to go to gallery view.
So with me hosting,
great one. Actually... I'm gonna take you off host because just until we figure everything out. And now I can't make you a host.
Yo.
I'm withdrawing my co-host.
Oh.
You've been decommissioned. Bro, what's up?
Just one-legged man in an ass-kicking contest.
And you're winning, right?
I'm trying as hard as I can.
Dude, thanks for the hookup yesterday with that thing. I took a look at that thing.
Yeah.
That's ridiculous.
Yeah, it's are we talking about this or are we talking about the D&D thing?
No, the other thing on top of that.
Oh, yeah. No problem. Did he get a hold of you?
No, nobody gets a hold of me.
All right. Well, I'll double down on him. And I will tell you right now, the rule book takes a little while to digest.
I'm just gonna watch your video.
Well, I will. I would not take that as a covenant either. As far as that goes. Well, no. I mean, as far as I've got to play it again. I mean, I played it once.
Listen,
we're talking about Reich Busters. Oh, actually, since I'm on, are we live right now?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So I got to get the commercial part of it out of the way, if you don't mind.
Oh, please do. Do you want me to pin you up?
No, just Gray Fox Games. We're in getting into the final week of the game for science. It's a real-time puzzle dexterity save the world type of game, and also for every game that we sell in the Kickstarter, we're donating $5 to the Direct Relief Charity, which is going to help people that are being affected by the global pandemic. So so not only, and just so you know, because we have to add this disclaimer, none of the actual pledge money that people are pledging is actually going to the charity. It is the personal money of Gray Fox Games that is being donated. So we have to make that distinction because you cannot have a charitable end, as far as I'm sure it's liability reasons and taxes and whatever is the reason for that. But so if you could please go check out For Science. Basically what the game is, if I can just tell you real quickly.
Do your thing.
You are drawing cards that will instruct you, and there's several different roles. You can have any kind of game that has variable role powers. So if you're the grumpy scientist, you have a certain type of power. If you're the janitor, you have a certain type of power. I mean, basically it's you're trying to find the one cure-all to basically a global disease, which this game was in production for 3 years, and we finally got it to the point where we're going to be making it. And of course, the timing. I mean, it's just like, the original name for it was Science or Die, which was a cool name, but obviously being sensitive to the situation that we're dealing with, we had to change the name. So it's the designer is R. Eric Royce. If you've played Spirit Island, he's the designer of that really, really good game that came out with, I think, was it last year or 2 years ago? So so then what it is you're playing cards that will allow you to create a chain of like basically a solution to a disease. But the actual, everybody had those same building blocks when they were a kid. I mean, well, probably not now. I mean, back when, remember when you were playing and there were the green cylinders and the purple cylinders and the red blocks and the blue blocks.
Right.
If you were a kid, you remember exactly what I'm talking about. So those blocks are part of the game. And so as you build your chain, your solution with these cards, basically one on top of each other, as you're chaining these different parts of the cure that you're coming up with,
right.
The vaccine, you have to replicate the colors that are on the cards with the blocks in front of you and build them up. And so it's a dexterity game as well. And if it ever collapses or falls over, then you have to start all over. And so, and it's a 15-minute timer. So it's a game that you can teach and there's also a tile laying part of it as well, that like you have to have that connect as well to find certain solutions as well. But so it's got 3 different aspects that you have the entire time. It works. You can play it solo, but it works really well playing by yourself. But you can play with 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 people, and it's a game where the more people you have, the more people are building up their blocks, and everybody's kind of yelling and barking at each other, trying to do it. It's over in 15 minutes. Cool. Yeah, it's over in 15 minutes, and you can try again. It isn't like a cooperative game where like you struggle against it for an hour and a half, and then you lose on the last thing. You're like, well, geez, it's like this. If you lose, you can just start it up again, and you can play. So go check out, just type into the old Google Kickstarter.
Links are in the description on Twitch or in the chat on Twitch and YouTube.
Thank you so much. I appreciate it.
There you go, Helen. Hey, listen. Go support this. It's my buddy Lance.
Oh, it looks amazing.
Of course it does. If Lance is behind it, what do you expect?
It's also Gray Fox. Gray Fox puts out some really great games.
Pete!
What's up?
What are you not going camera today? No show?
I'm trying. It's not, for some reason, it's not working. I'm working on that part right now. I have about 30 minutes till I have my next meeting, so I'll see if I
worked last night.
Yeah, it did work last night, which I don't understand why. It could be my internet. I hit click start video, but it's not starting video. So
sorry, we got Brady in the background.
Hey, I got Brady and Gronk in the background. It's all good.
Yeah, could you believe that?
I can't be happier. The NFL draft is tonight.
Yeah.
An offensive lineman and a running back, and we're good to go.
Well, you gave up your 4th for him. Do you think it was worth giving up a 4th?
We got a 7th in return. So we already had a 4th round draft pick from a trade last year. So we still have a draft pick every round. So we didn't.
But a 7th round draft pick is like a dart. I mean,
sure.
It's just like it's better to have the dart than not have the dart.
Sure.
I'd rather have the dart.
Remember, Brady was a 7th round draft pick at one point.
And that was a total dart.
So was Wilson.
Mm-hmm. Yep. But no, we had 2 4th round picks from a previous trade. So giving that 4th pick up for Gronk put us right where we would have been if we hadn't had that extra pick anyway. So it really wasn't giving up much.
All right, a couple things. Pete, do you see what's going on here?
I do. I see. I see a dragon. Or I see a not dragon.
Hold on, Pete. Hold on, Pete.
T-Rex.
Pete, this is all that's left.
Oh, nice.
This is all that's left.
It's been a long road.
Pete, I'm sorry, but I'm going to tell you honestly, I've never hated anything more in my life than painting this game. Here he is so far.
Oh, he looks great.
He's cool.
Yeah. And then I just got the 4 bats from that set, and that's it.
Did you know that now?
And then I got to finish like 20 bases and then done.
That's awesome.
This is
so
not
I've been working on
questioning Rob's ability, but now do you know that paleontologists now are under the impression or belief that it's quite possible that T-Rex had feathers?
Yeah, I'm going to put those in.
Okay, good. Just a big giant eagle feather right in its head or something.
Crazy.
So I am struggling with this thing because I want to come over and first of all, this Zoom is 100% better
After last night, I have to admit, I mean, I've been using it for work, but it's been a lot more smaller group meetings, not like the big meet thing we had last night. But other than a little talking over each other, because everyone's got a little different lag, it was actually really well done. I mean, you don't get that cool highlighting of people in chat like you did with the other site. But other than that,
how do you get the chat to work?
the chat's a little bonky. And in Zoom chat, you actually the chat is not like on the sidebar. You have to click the button and it pops up a little mini window for chat, but you can't see the YouTube chat in Zoom like you could the other software you guys were using prior to that. So
but you can pull up the YouTube stream and see the things. Like you just have to
because I'm looking over because Helen's monitoring.
I was gonna say you guys can see it, but we can't because we're not the host. The host has stuff that we don't get to see that stuff. It would be nice if we could see the YouTube chat, so I wouldn't have to have my second computer up to watch the YouTube chat.
See, I can't see the YouTube chat at all because you have to pull up the YouTube window, right?
Mm-hmm.
No, you should be able to import to bring it in.
To bring it in as its own little like guest panel, basically.
I think so.
Yeah, see, I couldn't see it. If you had it up last night, Lance, none of us saw it because all I saw was the people on streams box. If you could make a box that actually had the YouTube chat, then I wouldn't have to have both my computers on to answer questions and chat when we do our streams.
You couldn't just pull up another tab and just put another.
You could, but then you're back and forthing it, and you know.
Right.
Oh no, I pulled up.
What fool doesn't have two computer screens at this?
I've got 4.
No, I do,
but they're on different computers.
Oh, okay.
My laptop is just one screen. I've got 2 monitors on my main computer, but if I didn't have to have it on,
I didn't know if there was another way, Lance. That's what I was asking, if there was another way.
Like if there was a way to bring up a window in Zoom that had the YouTube chat so that you could just have it up for everyone to see.
No, it is weird, and I'll tell this to everybody that's thinking about using this to live stream. The moment that you hit live, like it doesn't go live at that time. It goes live like 10 seconds before that time because it's got it logged in, like it's got that logged video, and then it spits that over to YouTube. So if you ever being a foul-mouthed sailor, like I know Rob likes to be, you might want to basically make sure you have like a 10-15 second moment of relative silence, and then hit the live and then start talking kind of thing. So I mean, it just and it was a little wonky last night when we stopped it. Don't just turn the meeting off. Actually go to the thing and go to the more and say stop live streaming. Right. Because when I did my test one, I just turned the meeting off and YouTube thought it was still live like an hour later.
Oh no.
That's the way I turned it off. I turned because I did a test this morning. Unfortunately, I avoided it. But at the bottom, when you hit more, it says stop live stream. So I stopped it there, and that would stop the other two channels from going. Now, the other thing I have to ask you is, okay, how do I feature myself and have you guys off to the side? Is there a way to do that?
Oh, where your window is the main window and everyone else's window is like a sidebar?
Right.
Isn't that gallery view?
Mm-mm.
Well, no, because this
speaker view?
That's speaker view.
I'll have to do some digging.
Speaker view highlights whoever's talking. I don't know, but I think you can lock that. Can't you lock that to be the only window?
We can on ours, but we can't do it on what's being streamed.
If we go here, I can actually go pin video. Okay.
Right.
So I'm pinning that video right now. So watch.
But that's just local.
Oh, just local, not on the actual stream.
No, I pin it. Well, no, you guys should be able to see me in a second if you look over on YouTube, Helen.
Yeah, but it's still flipping through.
It's flipping for whoever's talking.
Is it?
Yeah.
So even if I have it in gallery?
Yeah, right now I see.
Oh, yeah.
And now I'm talking and it's got my name up there.
Yep.
I would have to mute everybody.
I guess so. You'd be the only one projecting noise, so it would lock you. But then that wouldn't be very interesting conversation.
No, and the thing is that if you're doing a paint class with this thing, which I'm attempting to do, okay, the main focus is going to be on what I'm doing. But now that I have it locked in, you can't see everybody else's screen, which is kind of weird. You figure they would have a way that there'd
Well-
be one screen, just like in StreamYard.
Wait a minute.
Yeah, that is a little weird.
Yeah. Really
Because what
weird.
I was thinking of doing, Lance, and I was going to ask if you wanted to do something like this. I was thinking if we wanted to do some D&D stuff, this would be perfect because I can use like 6-7 different cameras.
Yep.
Mhm.
So
Boom.
my D&D group, we use Zoom because one of the guys, I mean, now we can use mine because I got a license, but
Yeah, I paid for it too.
yeah, but there's a guy, one of the guys that he works for a university. So
Right.
he has access to like the university Zoom, which is like a, big giant, so we use that along with Roll20. The Roll20 video and audio isn't bad. It's just not up to the level that Zoom is. So we have Zoom as our chat to talk, and then I do the Roll20 stuff on another monitor.
Mhm.
And just walk everybody through everything on there, and that way it's like having the two separate monitors works really well too. Which like I said, who nowadays I mean, yes, I shouldn't be making fun of if you only have one monitor, it's fine. You're not like a second-class citizen, but I think monitors are so cheap now where you can pick up like a 19-inch monitor for $50. And
Well,
just,
yeah, I can actually add a third monitor if I had to.
I think it's working now. Finally, I think my videos.
Yeah, there you are.
yeah.
Okay, all right, it is working. I don't
So-
know why. For some reason, it was turned off.
The weird thing about that is that my gaming laptop, which I use for my video editing and everything else, it only has the ability to. It has like a display port, which is like very very tiny out that can go to a monitor, and it has only one HDMI out. If I had been thinking about it, I would have got one with more than one HDMI out, so it'd been easier to hook up more than one monitor. But one monitor is really all I need. So
Well, I went all out for this thing over here.
of course you did, because you're just sitting on your mountain of money from your Soldier of Fortune days.
Jeez.
Wow.
Yeah. Wow.
Hey,
Helen, Helen, you're gonna let him talk to me like that?
What? I'm busy researching stuff.
Hey, don't embrace your days of traveling through the jungle with hunting down the alien predator.
No. It was hearing those muffled screams, knowing that I was getting paid each time for each one.
God.
That it may haunt my dreams, but it doesn't haunt my bank. Pete, I'm so happy to be done with this almost.
I bet you are.
Every stroke of paint, it's like
I've been dying to play this game for a while now, and it's gonna look gorgeous. And I'll send you season 2 tomorrow.
Ha!
Just kidding.
Hey, Rob, can you make me a host again so I can try some settings?
make you a host.
Yeah.
Okay. I can do that. All right. So I'm going to go back.
While you all
down
are
to
chatting, I'll see if
And
I
while
can
I'm
mess
on
with some
here, let
things.
me do my shill since it is during my work day. And I've
Yep, I already got done with my shield. So go
Ankh,
ahead.
got done
Ankh
with
is
his.
on
His.
Kickstarter right now. If you'd like to back Ankh or take a look at the project, please go to Kickstarter and take a look at it. The project still has I think until May 4th before the funding ends. It's already funded. We're deep into stretch goals. So if you get a chance, check out the Ankh Kickstarter, the third game in the Eric Lang trilogy of Blood Rage Rising Sun. And this one looks really good. Super excited about it. There's some reviews up on Board Game Geek, Man vs. Meeple, Dice Tower, a bunch of other places where they've got an early access look at the game. So take a look at it. If it's for you, give it a pledge.
There you go.
I did my company due diligence. Now I can finish my lunch, take the rest of my lunch break, and chat with you fine folks till my next meeting.
Excellent. Links are in for Ankh are now in the chat windows.
She
for
is
you guys.
good. Rob, she
Yeah.
is good. Lance, you need to get one of these for your show because
Are you applying? I mean, is that-
no, not me. I'm barely paying attention when I'm on your show, let alone wanting to do work. So.
If I could convince Kabuki to do it, I would convince Kabuki to do it. But
She would
doesn't.
actually. Kabuki would be a pretty good choice. She's
Kabuki would be great, but Kabuki just wants to hang.
Yeah, I think she
she's-
works
she's-
all
We've
day.
tried getting her to do a couple things, and
I mean, the fact that Anthony was at a gaming meetup where she was at, and he got a picture with her. I mean, that was like the only. That's
No.
so we know she
There's
exists,
a,
right?
there's
was
a known
excited the
Kabuki
first-
sighting?
I was surprised to get Facebook friend with Kabuki. That's when I realized she really did exist because I had no idea. I finally got to see a picture from her Facebook profile, what she actually looked like. And I'm like, okay, she's a real person. This isn't just a name I've made up for the last 3 years.
Well, yeah, until we actually compare notes and the pictures are completely different, and it's just like it just adds to the mystery.
Now that would be cool. If she pulled the Houdini on you guys, that would be cool. Like she said to Anthony, "Hey, I'm Kabuki." Oh, you
One
are?
day I would like to meet
wasn't?
her at a convention and sit down and play a game with her because I've chatted with her now off and on for a couple years, and
Yeah.
she's a really cool person. So it'd be nice to actually sit down and play a game so I could say I've played a game with that person.
Well, I think she goes or used to go to PAX Unplugged.
Yeah, I
So-
don't do that show. Even if we were doing that show, that's one I wouldn't be at. But we're not. We don't even go to that show. So I'm hoping it would be
You're
Dice
up.
Tower or Gen Con, I'm guessing. But
Hmm.
That's the one that I never figured out why she never went to, was any of the Dice Tower ones.
I'm not sure. I think doesn't she live up north? Isn't she in?
Yeah, she's up near Anthony, up in
Jersey?
Jersey and New York.
Yeah.
Hey, Rob,
Yeah.
you're spotlighted.
Okay.
We have to have
Oh.
3 live videos in order to spotlight, or 3 live streams to spotlight.
You can count his nose hairs. The HD is so good.
It is good.
It is good.
The one
So-
on the left nostril needs a little trim, buddy.
Yeah, just get that little
Yeah, there you go.
proboscis
You got
in
it.
there. There you go.
So you have to have 3
Make a wish.
hosts. You have to have 3 hosts in order to spotlight one.
No, you have to have 3 video feeds to spotlight.
Oh,
someone.
like Twitch,
So-
YouTube,
so the-
and
Right.
Instagram or
So
something.
when it's just the 2 of us, we
Mhm.
can't. When there's just the 2 video feeds, we can't have a spotlight. When we add a third,
Just
you
the
can.
2 of us.
Is that something you're able to do though, Rob? Like, are you able to host 3 different streams?
I'm
How would you
hosting.
do?
No. So can you add a third? Can we figure out how to get either you or me to have a third image? Like, can you have just a solid image of like just
Like, could you stream
your
to Twitch,
desktop?
your 2 YouTube channel, and Helen's YouTube channel? That would be 3 streams, right?
No. It's got to be 3 things coming in. So when
Oh.
Lance joined, we got the option to spotlight.
Oh, I see.
Okay, so where's the option?
If you click on, if you look up at your picture, highlight it
Right,
up at the
right
top of the
click on it.
screen. No, you should just be able to, if you mouse over it, there's 3 little dots. And
No,
they'll say,
see, I don't have it.
really?
He gave you hosting privileges. Maybe he
Yeah.
may not see it until you.
I'm just co-host.
Oh, that's weird.
He's still host. Not on the big screen, on the little screens up top.
Okay. Oh, okay. So
Right now it says it'll say cancel spotlight video for you.
oh, so if I go over my thing and say, oh, it says cancel spotlight video.
Right, but when you don't have spotlight set, it'll be start spotlight or whatever.
All
And
right,
they'll
so I
put you in
cancel. So I cancel spotlight. So
Right.
now I'm going to spotlight the video.
and now
Right.
it should just be
Now it'll just be locked on you.
Okay, but where would you guys show up?
in the little top bar. We won't show up on the actual YouTube feed. You'll just
Right.
see us in this little top bar.
Yeah, so that kind of defeats the whole thing because I was hoping to have you guys like on.
Like we see it.
Right.
Yeah, like we see it right now.
I
Yeah.
don't know if you can do that. Can you
Yeah, that's
highlight
okay.
us and see if it'll let you put us in like a mini window or something? I'm sure there's a way. I can't believe they wouldn't figure out a way to actually show your. What if you were to share your screen?
Yeah, well, watch this. Hold on.
If
I'm
you
gonna
spotlight yourself and then share screen, we'll see what you see, which should be
share
this.
screen. So if I did,
Serial had exactly the same suggestion.
Because if he shares his screen, he'll see what we see,
Right.
which is him spotlighted with us on the top bar. But now put your window up full so you can see your Zoom.
Yeah.
Right now we see your desktop. You put your Zoom window in full screen so we see your Zoom.
my Zoom window. That's what I'm trying to do now.
Okay.
What the heck? Come on now. Show
pretty
thumbprint
background.
video. Thanks.
Oh, dude.
What?
Sorry.
Okay, there you guys are.
Right. But we still see your desktop. We don't see your Zoom.
Okay, because now you'll see you guys in a second. Hold on.
Oh, is it just delayed? I don't see. All I see
I
is your,
don't see it.
yeah, I see your background with your little camping tent and all your icons on your desktop.
Dude, I love that background. Every time I see it, it makes me want to go camping.
Cancel spotlight. Well, that's dumb. Well, I can pin myself. No, that ain't gonna do any good.
No.
Unpin. Oh God, there's some.
I didn't do it.
Yeah, this is stuff.
Yeah, see?
This is good stuff to figure out because this is going to be helpful down the road. So we
Well,
Yeah.
I mean, the only thing that's cool is that you can. Oh, can you move this?
yeah, the idea is you
So-
want to just get your video up there.
Oh, let's see if that does anything. Hold on. Give it a second on the delay here.
Still just seeing your desktop.
I'm wondering if there's a way to just put a raw feed for your video on your screen.
Hmm.
Well, I mean, if I wanted to, I can open up. Well, no, I wouldn't be able to because I would have to lock myself in. OBS. Let's move this. I don't think OBS.
Because
will.
right now, I mean, it's not because you pinned yourself, but it was flipping through who was talking in the top right corner.
Yeah. Yeah.
Which was nice.
Mm-hmm.
Huh.
Yeah. Can you make that? Yeah. Can you make that full screen? That window up top?
Nope.
It doesn't give you the option to expand
Doesn't give you the option.
it.
I'm
Huh.
gonna just... Boom. There's Pete.
There's you. I see you.
I see you.
Well, that's freaking weird.
That is weird.
Yeah. Now we're back to you again, but it's switching when we talk, so it's not. Yeah, it's weird.
Yeah, it's really strange.
We'll have to tinker with it. I think the best way to do it is just to not go online and just tinker with the
Yeah.
settings until you get it
Yeah.
where you like it. Do a
We'll
private
mess with
stream
it.
and just play around with it until you can get it right. I'm sure there's options. There's got to be there. I can't imagine there wouldn't be.
I mean, there has to be something because it has so much potential. You know what I mean, Lance?
Yes, I mean, there's a reason why everybody's using it right now, right?
Right.
I mean, if Zoom had stock, if you had bought it, prior to our global situation, I mean, cool stuff.
Well, not only that, but I mean, StreamYard's really good, but the 720 is just horrible.
Yeah.
Someone's burning down your house.
Yeah, I Googled some tips on Zoom to see if it showed anything,
Yeah, that's what I'm doing too, Pete.
but they popped up a stupid video for because there are ads everywhere.
Yeah.
So everybody that right busters, how much stuff did you end up getting with that?
I can go back there and grab my boxes, but I mean, it's about half the height of the boxes of Joan of Arc.
Really?
If you put so let's see, I'm looking back there. It's like 1, 2, 3, 4 big boxes, and then like 2 smaller boxes, a box of Army Painter paint because Army Painter collaborated with them on it, and then a bag of dice.
Sponsor of the channel.
And then a small box, which is like an exclusive mini.
Wow. Because everybody was killing me about that. Oh, you're going to get that. You're going to get that. You're going to get that. It's really good. It's insane. It's great. It's awesome. And my boy calls me up and says, hey, we good.
Yeah, well, I mean, I mentioned that like you do the live painting and stuff, and that's what they want. They want people to see like the minis and see how how they look when somebody with some skill, even though his eyesight is fading, the aged dinosaur.
Even though he's on his way out. You can hear the banjo play as he leaves the scene.
I just had this image of you as a T-Rex with these little tiny glasses on and the little arms.
Yeah, there you go. You want your stuff painted old school? Get this dinosaur.
Well, I mean, like if we're like when we were still playing D&D live, I went. I thought it'd be nice, and I went and bless you. I went out
Thank
and
you.
I
Sorry about that, folks.
everybody made their character, and I went out and I like looked for either minis that I had in my collection or minis that like like the Nolzers minis and things like that are out there, and I found
those are phenomenal.
Really good, yeah. And I found everybody, and I was just like, here, I got you mini. You can, if you want, you can take it home and you can paint it if you want. And like some of them were like, yeah, cool. And then like one guy came back and he was an elf druid, and he must have just like basically taken a solo cup, squirted green paint all the bottom, and just dunked it, pulled it out, shook it, and then there you go. And I was like, Joel, I could have done that. Just like can I at least like take some like some of the camel shade green like ink to put on it just to show off. Nope, that's my guy. You'll always know it's me, the giant fluorescent green elf sitting in the middle.
That sounds typical.
Yeah.
I wish I could do that sometimes. Especially with this damn Batman thing.
No.
Well, no, I remember like hearing things where people would
like I said, I wished, Pete. I wished.
Like have you ever like seen people like doing like the quick dip, like the dip method?
Yeah, people were like asking me about that, and it's just not my thing. I know I'm gonna dump that can. You know what I mean?
People say you can get good results from it. I don't know that's
there's two things about like, if you go and you get the polyurethane, like you get the silk walnut I think is the one everybody says you should get or whatever. Right. I've done it a couple of times. You can buy a little can, for like $4. Right. So the big thing is that you have to you basically you dunk it in and you pull it out, and like you take a cordless drill that you've just basically attached screwed a pencil into the thing to hold it in place. Right. And then like you take or just a stick or something so you can spin the stick, and then you take a piece of just gum basically, poster tack to stick it to the end, and then like you put the mini into like basically like a box or something, and you stick it in a hole and you spin the drill around. So it just basically spits all the extra stuff off of it. And then you take it out, and it's the only problem is it just makes everything look really dirty, right? It's like you're never going to have, and you almost have to use really bright colors every single time you paint, because the polyurethane just totally dulls everything.
So it'd be good for like orcs, goblins that are muddy, dirty, disgusting looking, but for like knights in shining armor, probably not so much.
No, and the thing about with the goblins and orcs and stuff like that, like you need like 10 of them, right? You need 10 orcs, right? If you're playing D&D and you're playing with miniatures, you need 10 orcs. You basically, so when they enter the room, 10 goblins, right? And so you can just slap the green skin on, slap the metal parts, grab like a lead belcher, or what's a good metal from RV Painter that
Retribution armor.
No, I'm thinking about because the RV Painter is his sponsor, so I'm asking him for what's a good metal.
Gunmetal.
Yeah, so take gunmetal, put that on there. Take their goblin green, which is a color they have. Yeah. And then use that, and then to color in the skin. Maybe just grab a brown, and then just dunk it. And basically, and the nice thing is that the polyurethane actually, it's a stain, so it actually creates like a kind of a coat of armor basically around it, so like it protects the paint.
So you don't have to seal them if you use that dip method. You don't have to seal it.
Don't have to seal it.
Yeah. See, my next painting project, I've got to paint. My friend for my birthday got me a box of the Stormcast Eternals for Warcry. Yep. He wants me to start playing. So I figured I'd paint.
You like that, Pete?
Would I? I haven't. I don't know. I like paladins and I like knights in armor. So he's like, this is a faction you may want to try. So this isn't a comment on your painting ability, but Stormcast is a relatively easy,
easy peasy.
Yeah, I figured I use the contrast paints and stuff, and then maybe use some base. I'll base coat it probably in like a metallics, and then use the contrast for like skins and capes and stuff, and it'll come out quick and easy.
Not to be an army painter
Mark.
suck up or mark for you, but they have one like greedy gold. That's like a really.
I've got the
Yes.
full line Army Painter. Army Painter used to work with Simon for a lot of our paint
Yeah,
sets for
because
like zombie side and
they'll
stuff.
do zombie side and stuff like that. You
So-
get those kits cheap now.
Well, we
And
don't
it's
have them
worth it.
anymore because we
No,
don't.
no. What I'm
sell-
saying is, you could still find them places and get them like dirt.
Oh, I've already
cheap.
got them all. When we carried them before we had our deal with Asmodee and we actually sold direct, we had all that stuff in the warehouse. So I bought like the mega army. Matter of fact, I think at one point I'd sent one down to you, Rob, didn't I? One of those mega
Yes, you
army
did.
painter
Yes,
sets.
you did. Yes,
And
you did.
I bought like 2 of them. So I have one. I had one myself. So I've got almost the entire baseline of Army Painter. Most of the stuff I paint is in Army Painter paints. I only use the contrast if I'm doing large areas of skin just because of how quick it is to do. Like if I was painting that dinosaur, I would also use contrast paints because you could paint the whole thing in less than an hour without having to go back and do the highlighting and shading stuff. So
Well, you got to do the highlighting, shading, even though you do that.
well, I know, but if you do a
I
quick job-
just can't. I can't send it to you.
I know.
You know me.
Quick job though is easier to do that. But yeah, I've got all the Army Painter stuff. I love their stuff. I've been painting most of my
The key though, and the key to it is, and a lot of people get frustrated with it, but the key to it is that having those BBs. No, they're not BBs, but those metal balls.
to help keep everything from getting tough stuff at the bottom or whatnot.
Yeah, and that way you don't shoot out all the medium as quick as you do.
Yeah, I do go through a lot of it.
Yeah, because you'll end up spraying a lot out, and then go, oh wow, this is like watery. Well, what you really need to do is just really mix it really well. Now you see, I took some strong tone.
Yeah, their tones are great. I love the Army
Yeah.
Painters line of tones. They're their dark tone, strong tone, light tones, and all the different shades and colors. That has come in so handy when I was painting all my Marvel Crisis Protocol, because I'd get the base coats done and use those strong tones to really accentuate the parts of the costumes. It was great.
And I started with this guy as white. He was white. Here, let me see if I can get a better view of him. After all, that was the whole point of buying the Zoom, was getting better views. Is that up above? Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. It's up above. Hold on. Let me zoom in here.
Yeah, your camera setup has changed a lot over the last year.
Yeah, it sure has. Okay, there we go.
Zip, 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 zip.
Yeah, if you got to make the noise. If you don't make the noise, what's the point of having the camera? All right, so boom. Whoa.
Yeah. That looks good.
Batman. And the bats were easy. I got the bats done finally. I saved this guy for last because I knew that this was going to be the one that I wanted to. And I'm thinking to myself, I'm all done. So I'm working on the bases. And I went to go open up the box with him in it. I said, okay, good. I'll get the bases.
The bats were there.
I go, the bats, and he was there. And I went, oh, God. I go, will this project ever end? But I'm determined to get it done and finish up the bases by the end of this week. I've had enough.
Looks good.
It's getting there, kid. It's getting there. I got to just wait for him to dry a little bit. And then what I'm going to do is, this is where you darken him up so much. And then you start to pull him out, and I'll dry brush him with a nice.
What color did you do his eyes, or have you not done his eyes yet?
I haven't done his eyes. I think I'm gonna go blue with his eyes.
Cool. Oh, that'll look neat. That'll look really
Yeah.
cool.
I think blue. But what are you working on now, Mr. Lance? I mean,
What am I working on? Just
Yeah, what you painting?
not going crazy. Just I started to dive in, like, basically to give my kids, because they have to do art stuff. Like we're painting a lot of my old Bones minis that just been,
You
like,
did the
there's
big
always,
Kickstarter, right? You got like
well,
tons
I
of those
did
things, right?
several of them. So there's always like a big giant in there that needs to be painted, and that's one of those things where it's like, I'll just, I'll tell my son, go ahead, pick the colors. And I'm never going to use it. I'm never going to use it on a table. I always had this big plan, right? I was like, oh, I'm going to have this, I'm going to have a monster for every situation that I ever have a D&D game for. But it's like, oh no, I have 27 unpainted dragons. That's what I have. So, so it's like, I super glue them together and just, hey, go ahead, paint it how you want. And, it's like, they use the airbrush, they use the paints. I mean, they just kind of go crazy with it. And once they're done,
where the hell go?
Yeah, we just
She dropped a little while ago. I'm not sure if it was a connection or if she
Probably
she just-
connection. But
Once they're done, I just let them keep it, and they put it in their room. Ooh, that guy's cool.
did you get this?
No, what I want to get is the new giant army. Did you see that? There's basically it's just 3 giants. That's your
Wow.
entire army for Sigmar. Is
Gee.
these three giants? I mean, so like everybody else, I have like 7 units of orcs. I have this, I have that. I have these 3 guys. That's your whole army.
So, what's your point total? I don't know. These 3 guys.
These 3 guys. Yep.
Oh God. But yeah, I see you, Helen.
Yeah, she's in chat. She just dropped out of the video.
Yeah, she dropped out on the video. We started streaming before he started painting, but the cameras have been switching. Yeah, I think the real problem here is this would be good if you just have people in the background and I just lock myself in. But I mean, until I can figure out or find out if I end up having to pay more. Oh, she's waiting in the rooms. Oh, sorry. Shows you how much I'm paying attention. Sorry, Helen.
Yeah.
But they just got to add a few more things to it, and I think they will.
Well,
it's probably the most widely used video software right now, so I'm sure they'll keep adding features until they get it where they want it.
Sorry to interrupt you, but that's the thing that drives me crazy. Why wouldn't StreamYard recognize, oh my God, we need to have more than 6 people?
I'm wondering if it's a bandwidth
I think it's
issue.
only a 2. Isn't it just like a little 2-man operation or something like that?
I don't know.
I mean, they were doing good for a while, but now they're gonna get their butt kicked.
So it looks like there is a way actually to do the thumbnail view. I just have to sort out the controllers for it.
Ah, cool. There you go.
I was actually working on, behind the scenes.
This is why you get paid what you do.
I know.
The big bucks.
You know something, Lance? You need a Helen. Everybody needs a little Helen in their life. She's the only thing that keeps this thing going, or else this would just be burning in effigy. It looked like Rome after the Carthaginians rolled through.
Oh, yeah. Well, there you go. So I mean, it just I don't know. That's what I've been painting when I get a chance. The biggest thing is that I've been trying to make sure that my painting area is ready to go to paint at a minute's notice, right?
Right.
But that's for me. It's like, I have a half hour I can paint. Well, I got to go downstairs. I got to get everything set up. I got to make sure. But if I have everything ready to go, if I have my my wet palette going, if I'm gonna do just airbrush.
Wouldn't your wet palette be more for coming back to painting?
Well, that's just it. But I mean, having it there ready with the paint in it, ready to go, so I can come down there and start painting. I love painting minis. It's so rare that I have
time,
an hour, just to okay, this is all I'm gonna do. Because working from home, my wife and I work from home. We get up, we go to work. She's back in her office. I'm technically in kind of my office area. We work, and then the kids are upstairs tearing apart the house right now. And then, then we try to, that's done. And then we try to have some sort of family time, right? Because we've been spending all day together in the house and not seeing each other.
Right.
So we try to spend some time, cook a meal together, watch a TV show together.
Oh, wow. What have you got, Pete?
This is what I was waiting for Lance to be finished. This is what I'm going to be painting next. This is the Stormcast Eternals box set that I'm going to be working on.
That's a fantastic, cool box set for Warcry.
Yeah, this will be whether I like the game or not, I'll buy more. If not, then that'll just paint those up. And it doesn't look like there's that many models. Looks like there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 models total. So I can live with that. That's one good weekend.
I think they're the snap fit too, aren't they?
I don't know if it's the easy fit. Let me see if it says on the back of the box. Because usually it'll say if it's easy fit or easy assembly. It doesn't say that here, but
then go out and get some Tamiya super thin glue.
Oh, I've got all that. I've been putting together Marvel Crisis Protocol. If I can put that stuff together, this will be easy.
God, that was horrible.
Yeah.
Anytime anybody complains about trying to put together a mini, I say go buy a box of Spirit Hosts from Games Workshop and hate yourself for 3 hours trying to get those things glued together. Like they are the worst model to put together of any model ever that has ever
Really?
existed ever. It's no, just seriously, like go, spend I think it's $30. You get 3 Spirit Hosts, and like putting them together, it's like, because it's each one is like 3 or 4 spirits that are like revolving, and like with their, and each one of them have this tiny, maybe 2 millimeter attach point that the ghosts attach to each other. And so like, and you have to put these 3 ghosts on this one model, and you go to any forum about Spirit Hosts, and everybody's complaining about it, just like, so and they're really good. That's the whole thing. They're a really, really good unit if you're playing an undead army. And so like because they have they can, I mean, just not to bore you with Games
No.
Workshop.
I want to hear.
No, but it's like, they have a ton of attacks. Every 6 that you roll is a deadly wound, so like you can't save against it. And like they move like crazy. They can negate damage because they're ghosts, so like attacks can just not affect them. So they're a fantastic model, and everybody's like, yeah, I have 9 Spirit Hosts in my army, and but everybody like, I went insane over a weekend trying to glue them together.
Yeah.
And that's what
I don't know.
says.
I can't claim their difficulty level, but I'll say that in the 20 years that I've been in the board game / tabletop miniatures hobby, I've never had more difficulty putting together models than I did some of the Crisis Protocol models. They were extremely fiddly. There was a lot of tiny pieces. They were really the ones that went together really well. The ones that didn't were just like ready to rip my hair out. And it took me an entire day, like a 10-hour day, to assemble that core box.
Yep.
Spending hours looking for little bits that kept flying all over the place because
there's nothing worse than when you're like this,
Mm.
and you tell yourself all the time, Lee, do it over the table. You're telling yourself every single time, put this together over the table. Okay, take this little sword, and we're gonna attach it. Do it over the table. But then there's the one time when you're finally like, you don't even think about it, and you lean back like this. Pink.
And it goes pink. Yep. And then you're spending an hour with a flashlight looking over your carpet. I've learned now to drop a towel underneath the table so that if it lands on the towel. I can just pick the towel up, put it over the table, and flip it upside down to have that drop on the table. But I have a call in a few minutes, so I've got a jet. If you guys are still going when I get done, I'll hop back on. If not, be safe, everyone. Talk to you all soon. And Rob, looks great. Keep going.
Take care, Peter.
All righty. Don't stop, Rob. Don't stop.
Pete, I'll get it done. I'll get it done.
I know you will. See you guys.
See ya.
What's up?
Your timer went off.
Okay, I'll be right back, guys.
All right.
And then there were 2.
There you go. So what have you figured out?
There's a view called thumbnail, but I'm trying to figure out how in the world to get it to do its thing.
Thumbnail.
It may be that, it's kind of complicated to get it to work. And it may be that we need to be in a webinar rather than a meeting.
So, well, a webinar isn't going to work for us, is it?
I don't know. That's what I'm cooking on. I had to I've been going through I've been jumping through hoops here to try and figure out how to make it work.
I just think that if we can get this to work, it'll be probably
but
the best thing since sliced bread. But the problem is, can we get it to work?
Right. I'm working on it.
Yeah, no, I know you. I know you. I mean, that's why
I was stuck in waiting room limbo for like 10 minutes, 15 minutes.
Well, you know what I'm trying? I'm talking.
Yeah, I know you're talking and you're focusing on paint and you're painting.
I'm trying to get this stupid thing finished for him because he's been waiting for forever, and I ended up painting like 9 million things before it. It's just you're never done painting.
No.
And then we got tomorrow's thing.
Yep. Hopefully we can get this sorted because
Well, we're not going to use this tomorrow.
Right. We're going to go with what we know.
Yeah, we're going to go with what we know because I just don't want a disaster. And
right.
it's especially with the young dragon. That's a decent
So I think on just a thought. I think on you can like capture on OBS, right? What what you've got going on.
Right
In
now,
addition, no, yeah, well, I mean, in addition to streaming through Streamlabs
you're talking about StreamYard.
tomorrow. Yeah, StreamYard for tomorrow.
Okay.
Because if you can capture like the young red dragon in like your like 4K feed,
Right.
then we could like we can like either put up a short video or something afterwards to like really,
Oh, I see what you're
so
saying.
you
Well,
can
I mean,
see it.
I'm not going to be using because I'm only going to be using the 2 cameras. I'm going to remember we're going to OBS me
Right.
and then feed.
Just trying to see if we can come up with a way, or you can do just a quick video afterward to show what
Yeah.
it looks like,
Oh,
so people can really get a good look.
I'm waiting in limbo.
Yeah, sorry.
That's a good one.
I was in
Rob?
waiting room limbo.
Yeah, you did it again.
No, I mean I totally did it because I'm gonna contact my ISP
Provider.
and see if I can. Yeah,
Yeah,
see
this
if I
should be
can.
able to. So I'm going to move him off to the side. These guys off to the side. All right, that's. Whew. All right. Oh, there's Lance.
Yeah, I saw we had some overripe bananas, so I cooked through a batch of banana bread in the oven, and it was
Nice.
it was binging. And I don't even like the stuff, but my wife and my daughter really like it, so I was like, I might as well.
Yeah, everybody.
Somebody would have thrown it out, so I was just like, well, I better just make this quick.
So we over the weekend we made a homemade mozzarella.
Okay.
And it and when you watch the videos for it, Lance, it looks like it's the most simplest thing. Dump a gallon of milk, mix up this Reddit stuff, okay? Pour it in there, pour in some citric acid, get it up to 90 degrees, and then put a lid on it for 5 minutes, and then come back. Okay, you come back. It looks like you just dumped a bottle of a gallon of regular milk in there. Okay. So we had to search and research, and then finally this one woman had this video that says, listen, if you have homogenized and you have pasteurized milk, you got to do it a little differently. Don't listen to these other channels. I went, we went through like 2 gallons of milk.
Oh man,
some poor cow, could have fed like. So finally we got it, and then we made like all this work, like 2.5 hours. It was a ball of mozzarella like this. We got one meal out of it.
Well, I mean, but
we got it done.
Did it taste better knowing that you made it yourself?
Yeah. Well, yeah. It always does. You went, oh my God. So this is what we're paying the guy down at the flea market for? This is easy. So finally we tried it again last week, and then we figured out a few more things. And that little itty bitty ball turned out to be like this big hunk of cheese, because it's how you get it to turn into curds that really counts.
No.
We were sitting on our tuffet eating our curds and whey.
Not to change the subject, but did you ever see the video of George R.R. Martin reads nursery rhymes?
No.
Oh, good gravy.
No.
That was so funny.
He says it's like Little Miss Muffet sat on her tuffet eating her curds and whey along with a pomelade jam with a he basically has this long, because if you read his books, he just talks forever about the food that they eat. Goes into very and like goes into and then it like cuts away, it like fades out, and then it fades back in, and it's like along with honey sweet butter that has been dripped over the chicken breast. It's like then he goes, along came a spider who sat down beside her and shot her in the face with a crossbow.
Oh dear God. When you have that much money, you can do whatever you want.
Well, yeah, that's just it, right? And
that's what it comes down to.
He should be working on his books right now, right? Not that, I'll have to wear them. I have to read it once it comes out. But I mean,
Do you think it'll come out? Wasn't it supposed to come out like a year ago? Or
oh
something?
yeah. I mean, it's just he's taken forever or whatever. You know, he writes. He says, I write at my own speed, nobody else's. Which, you know, I guess.
Which means, but that would be the true ending. But supposedly, you know, the TV show is different from what the book will end, I believe.
I think he's being pushed to do that. I mean, so like I know that like when he met with the guys who did the Game of Thrones, like he told them like the plot. Like he said, this is what happens to this person, this is what happens to that person, and he told them what his plans were. Now that doesn't mean that A, they did exactly that, or B, that his plans haven't changed, you know.
Right.
So yeah, I don't know. I mean,
yeah, because I don't know why they ended the series. Why did they end it? Couldn't they have dragged it out a little bit longer?
well, they could have, but I think the two guys, David and David or something, I don't know. I forget their names, but they referenced them as D and D because they both had D names. So
right.
But like they were like, we want to go and do something else. I mean, they were just like, we've been doing this for 8-9 years. They were ready to like go and branch off and do something different, which, fine, whatever. I mean,
right.
And a lot of people basically, said that everybody had an opinion, right? And everybody, right. Maybe they made some people happy, but there were a lot of people that weren't very happy with how it turned out. So,
well, when your main villain, gets crushed by rocks instead of the hands of
well, yeah.
Else.
And then at the end, I mean, spoilers. And then like when they go down and find the body, it's like, so, and you notice that like basically, so if you had moved 10 feet to the right, you would have lived. Yeah, because you're looking at all the rubble and everything like that, and there's like the floor is right there. I mean, all you would have had to do is just move
just a little bit to the left,
just a little bit to the right. Just keep your head up, staring, seeing where the stuff's coming down, and
it's kind of like Bob Uecker, just a bit outside.
Just a bit outside.
Deus Ex Machina much?
Yeah, but no, I mean. I remember the final episode, where I was at a convention or something, and I didn't even realize that I wouldn't be home like in time for that to come on the TV. And like my wife and I had watched the whole thing
together.
And I was just like, I didn't even think about this. I am not going to be home when it airs. Like it literally, like I'll be home that night. I'll be home at like midnight. But I mean, it's like, and I was just like, you'll wait, right? You'll wait until I come home. And she was like, no, I'm not waiting. I'm not having somebody spoil it. And I was just totally, but she did wait. But like, I got home and like, grabbed a cab or an Uber and went home as quick as I could. And, jumped down. We watched the final episode. And there was no way on earth that final episode was going to make people happy.
No. I mean, there was just no way. I mean, it didn't matter how good it was. Somebody was going to be ticked.
Well, and it's just, and they had, it was just, that's just one of those things where it's like when you make something that becomes part of the internet, world where it's the topic that everybody wants to talk about. Well, everybody's got their idea of how they want to end it, how they wanted it to, wanted things to happen. And it was just like, and there was such a great deal of nuance between everybody else's interpretation. Like nobody was ever going to like, you were never going to make everybody happy. And there was no way you're going to make a large portion of the people happy, because everybody
or any of the people happy.
Well, well, I mean, and that's just it too. It's like, there was, there was just a lot of forgotten plot lines and stuff like that where, they just
rushed it.
Well, yeah, because they didn't want to do it anymore. I've heard that supposedly like the HBO was like, yeah, fine, let's have 2-3 more seasons, and they were just like, nope, nah. We don't want to do it. We want to go and do something else.
And what are they doing now? Nothing.
I don't know. I mean, I suppose I could Google it. I'm sure they're not doing nothing, but it's
well, with the way things are, they're doing nothing.
Well, yeah, I mean,
That's a whole different thing, though.
That's a whole
I
different
mean,
thing.
the one nice thing about it though is that, like, like movie theaters. I was talking to somebody about this earlier today. Movie theaters were on the cusp, right? I mean, because people's home like theaters and everything that they had was, reaching the point where no, it isn't a giant widescreen, right? But
Right.
you have your 60-inch, 70-inch, 80-inch,
Oh yeah.
and you have the comfort of your own sofa, and you have your own food that you have. You have the soda that you want. You have everything you want, and you can watch stuff. And now that, like, people are seeing this video on demand, where people are like, okay, you want to be able to watch this movie, $20, and you get it for 3 days. Well, do the math. It's like that to me is like, $20. You're like, what? I don't even get to keep it. But think of it this way. It's like, oh, well, one of the regular things that I did with my children was that we would go to a movie every weekend. So the four of us would get into a car, we drive to the movie theater. I'd spend $50-$60
Easy.
on tickets, on food, on everything else, to sit in a movie theater. And yes, sitting in a movie theater is
An experience.
Experience, right? I mean, like, you have the crowd, you have, especially if it's like something where you're reacting to the everything. But
you also have that guy that talks during the movie.
yeah, exactly. There are detractions as well, right?
Right.
So it's one of those things where they, I mean, I think it's now people are going to be like, yeah, I would just rather, go ahead, and I'd rather watch that movie at home. I'd rather, fine, I have to wait 2 weeks and not go to the movie theater. I'll wait 2 weeks and I'll watch it at home with my family, and just we'll get together and we'll do that. And I mean, I remember I saw something where, like, this reviewer channel of movies, and he said that like Avengers Endgame was going to be the last of the big blockbuster movies.
Okay.
Because he said it's not going to be worth it for people to spend the money. Now, admittedly, like whatchamadick, Rise of Skywalker still did good, but Endgame was almost universally loved, right? I mean, everybody was like, oh, this, I mean,
what a way to end.
Yeah, it was a good way to end.
Yeah. Can you make the Rob co-host?
Rob co-host?
Yeah, the one I just sent you a thing for. Not
Okay.
me, but
I can do
me.
that as soon as I put this down. Sorry about that, Lance. Go ahead, finish.
No, you're
sorry,
right.
I'm messing with things.
No, you're fine. And no, so like, yeah, I mean, that's like, that was that last, like, I mean, we had all these movies, like we had movies like Avatar and the different Marvel movies, and even like Last Jedi and things like that, where, like, they were billion-dollar movies, but
Right.
we're not gonna see that, right? I mean, it's just not gonna happen. It's just not going to be, and this has accelerated the death of those places, of those movie theaters. And no, I'm not.
And yet this has brought back something that theaters had killed: the drive-in.
Well, do you honestly think people are going to go to drive-ins? I mean,
Oh, dude, our drive-in is
Whoa.
constantly packed.
Oh, really? See,
Sorry.
I live in an area in the world where you just can't have a drive-in because of the fact that
The weather.
Yeah.
Ours only runs from like Memorial Day to Labor Day. It's not in all the time.
Yeah, it's not a permanent thing.
It's a seasonal. It's there all the time, but it's only running seasonally.
Well, except here they just invested $10 million to build the world's biggest drive-through, and what an opportune time that they decided to do this. This was right before this whole mess, and we didn't know about it, and then all of a sudden we read, and everybody's like, oh yeah, I want to go back to the drive-in. I mean, some of the best times I've ever had with the kids and stuff like that was at the drive-in. The kids used to love going to the drive-in on Saturdays when we were up in Connecticut. And then they all went away And now all of a sudden they're making a comeback. Why? Social distancing.
Mm-hmm.
I mean,
Oh, I love going to the drive-in because we like pack like the back with like all kinds of yeah.
Or the greasy fries at the little stand that they had. Those things are disgusting and great. I mean, you have to have them once, Lance, just once.
Just once.
Oh man, I want poutine at the stand, but you know. All right, I don't think that's gonna do what I want it to do.
Nope.
All right, I'm leaving. The other dude's leaving, so.
Okay. Tell him I said see you.
I will. No, I'm just.
I was wondering who that was.
Back to
I go,
me.
well, let's find out what this thing really did.
Yeah, that's me. I'm trying to, because it says there's a thumbnail.
I mean, do you really feel that the Blockbuster is completely gone?
I mean, there'll be outliers, but I mean, I think you're going to have more and more situations where budgets for movies are going to be less and less, and they're just going to go video on demand with them.
I think you should personally, because I always felt, I said the next thing that they're going to do is something's going to happen, and they're going to debut a movie, and it's going to take off so well at home, like somebody that they wouldn't take it into a theater or something, and it goes right to demand, and that is going to change the game.
Mm-hmm. And it's happened. I mean, it's.
I didn't expect this, of course, but you know, it is what it is. You know.
Yeah. No, I mean, there's. I mean, it's. I don't know. It's one of those things where. We're going to come out of this. I mean, and the only way we're going to come out of this is, I mean, this is not telling people like, oh, I'm so keen and knowledgeable on these things. I'm not trying to come across like that, but the only way that we're going to come out of this is if we can prove that we have a vaccine that protects you from it,
right?
And then get everybody inoculated. I mean, that's what's going to, except for the people that like don't want to take it for whatever reason, they want to go with herd immunity and or whatever. But I mean, that's how it's going to happen.
Mm-hmm.
And then. And until then, I mean, nobody's going to be comfortable being in large groups of people. Nobody's going to want to go and watch a sporting event. Nobody's going to want to go and like. I mean, this was the year I was supposed to go to WrestleMania with you. I mean, that was gone. You know, I mean, it's just. I mean,
still waiting for my refund.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Vince McMahon's got your money. You won't give it up.
No, I called StubHub yesterday, and.
Oh, really?
And it'll be fine.
Why are you sad? I'll talk to you about it in a minute, honey. We just got our email saying that they have officially called school for the rest of the year in Minnesota.
Yeah, I mean, they have to.
Well, they totally have to.
Well, let me ask you this, because I've been, we've been talking about something else, but I've been looking forward to asking you this. Are you sad that there's going to be probably no conventions this year, or do you think?
I'm sad that I won't be able to see
your
my friends.
Yeah.
But I mean, as far as like the process, I mean, there's the excitement, right? You're all excited to get to the convention. I mean, I've talked about this many times with you and also publicly. It's like you get super excited. It's like, oh, I'm going to go to the convention. It's going to be awesome. You know, it's like, oh, I'm going to see. I mean, you're like, one, I'm going to see all these people I haven't seen in a long time.
Yeah.
Two, you're going to be able to like see all the new games and get all excited about the new games and whatever. And so you're like all jazzed, right? And then like you get there, and every single time, and my wife says this happens to me every single time I get to a convention, I'm super excited for like the first 24 hours, and then I want to be home.
Yeah.
I just like, I'm done. I've seen what I want to see. Oh, yeah. I've checked out what I want to check out, you know, and it's just kind of like, because I'm not a young man anymore, so it's like, oh, everybody's like, oh, we're gonna go and we're gonna head to this tiki bar and we're gonna like stay up all night. We're gonna do this, that, and the other thing. And I'm just like, yeah, go have fun, you know, because I can't stay up until 3 a.m. and function the next day. I mean, I can, but I'm gonna be angry. I'm gonna be grouchy, and you know,
it's not gonna be a good day.
No, it's not going to be a good day. It's just going to be one of those days where it's like, and I'm not going to be around people. And if I'm representing my company, I'm not going to represent it well because I'm going to be grouchy. And it's just like, and you know, I mean, when I was I almost like, it's one of those things where it's like the last Gen Con I went there as a complete free agent with my daughter, and she and I were just allowed to just walk around and just have fun and just
Right.
check things out. And I had an absolute blast. And it was like even better, like after Gen Con was over, I had never stayed there an extra day. But I mean, just because when I was going to be working for,
Hello,
I
kitty.
thought, yeah, Zoomy walking by.
Hi, Zoomy.
No, it was like one of those things where it was like, oh, it's like cool. I'm going to be able to, we had an extra day, and it was just kind of, it was eerie, being at the convention center and like, but there was nobody around, right? I mean, it was
Right.
just like this used to have like 75,000 people milling about, but now it's like empty. And like she and I just were able to like walk around Indianapolis for a while, and we found like all day breakfast place to go eat at. It was like one of those weird things where like I was like, "Are you hungry?" And she's like, "Yeah, I'm hungry." It's like, "Let's go find something to eat." And she was just like, "Said I'd really like some waffles." And I was like, "I don't think we're gonna find waffles." But then I saw that there was like a Mexican restaurant we go to, and I was walking over there, and all of a sudden we looked over the other side, and it was like this like all day Waffle Hut, basically. Just happened to find it, and we like went in and we had dinner, and I was just like, this is awesome, and it was just, I had a really good time hanging out with my daughter at Gen Con. And so I went to Gamma this year, which was like the last convention basically that 2020 was going to have, because they've canceled Oktoberfest in Germany.
Oh
and
my
they
gosh.
and they haven't canceled Gen Con yet.
Well, the reason why they haven't okay, I'll just say this, and you can take this as what you're worth. It isn't like I have super inside baseball and stuff, but I know enough about them.
But you do.
So the reason why conventions that aren't going to happen, that we all know aren't going to happen, the reason why they haven't announced that they're canceled yet is because if they announce they're canceled, they lose their deposit. If the state steps in and tells the convention area, you can't have this convention, it's not happening, they have to not do it, and then they would refund your money, because then it isn't your fault, right? It was like, well, I was willing to have this convention there, I was bringing all these people, and you told me I couldn't, and so, and it's just, so that's why those things haven't happened. And there's no way Gen Con's happening, no way. I mean, you'd have to have a foolproof vaccine, and you'd have to mandate everybody get it. And neither of those things
the risk. Can you imagine the risk? Somebody you have 70,000 people there, and then somebody gets, deathly sick.
And you're living in Crazy Town down there.
Yeah.
You've got Larry Vaughn saying those beaches are going to remain open. Just like, who cares about the sharks up there? I mean,
unfortunately, we believe we got the shark that injured some bathers.
Yeah, we've caught and killed a large predator that supposedly injured some bathers. Larry Vaughn, and that sport coat that he had with all the anchors on it. I loved it.
Don't forget the checkered one.
Oh no, and then him all. After it's like, my kids were on that beach too. And that's why you're going to sign this, so I can hire Quinn. We can go out there, we kill a shark. Such a movie.
We're going to have to close the beaches. Yeah, that's what. No, Larry, the summer's over.
Yeah. What does he say? He says it's Shark Central, and you're out here ringing the dinner bell.
Well, maybe we can listen.
If we do it now, maybe we can save August. August? Tomorrow's the 4th of July, and those beaches will remain open. As somebody pointed out, he was still the mayor in Jaws 2. Like he got reelected.
He got reelected. The woman comes up. I found out that there was a shark. There was a shark here.
Yeah.
And you let my boy go in the water. Whomp.
Yeah.
And then Larry turns to him and goes, "Hey, listen. that wasn't your fault. That's on me.
Yeah. No, he's like,
he's holding
like,
his jaw.
yeah, no, he's like, and he's just there. It's like, yeah, it's like, I'm sorry, Martin. She's wrong. And then he looks at me and goes, no, she isn't. Is all he says. So that actress, I can't think of her name. Rest her soul. She passed away like last week. 92.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
Wow.
92 or something like that. And she
He had a hell of a right hook.
So like she says that like that scene, like they ended up having to redo the scene like over and over again. And she, like, if you go and listen to some interviews with her, she like felt really bad for Roy Scheider because she kept on having to hit him over and over again. And she felt like it was all like, and if you can see like in the take they used, you can see like his face is red. It's like it's from being hit over and over again. And then and like I guess like up until like the day she died, like people would come up to her and they would either get small little videos of pictures of her slapping them. She would ask them, could you slap me? Just like from the movie, like Jaws fans. And she'd do it. She'd like this little old lady, and she'd walk up and she'd like, that was like, people like loved it. The fact that, because they love Jaws so much. But yes, I can't think of it. I could look it up right now, but I'm not going to. But she an integral part of that movie. I mean, just like, Alex Kittner, you're pruning. Just.
Who's that? Isaac Chuck, 1975, converted from a Twitch Prime sub to a Tier 1 sub. You are all man, my friend. You are all man.
Where the one thing that I found that you can do with this, you could dual stream on Twitch and YouTube.
Ooh.
I've had a Twitch account for like 7 years. I think I've never used it. I mean, when it became a thing, I signed up just to save my Undead Viking name on it.
Well, and you should just you should stream on the Isle of Boom on both.
I think I might start doing that. Because there's no reason not to.
Yeah,
you just go live on both, right? You just log in and go live on both. And
well, plus you get Restream. If you have Restream, it's really easy.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, because
I think you can just actually on the bottom under the more, you can actually just select to stream on both.
Yeah, but the way you do it is through Restream, because that's what I'm doing right now. And it's just so easy because it saves everything and you go boom, 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 and you're up and running. It's pretty good. So
I'll look into that.
Yeah. I think we got what we can out of this. I don't know if I have to unlock something or pay extra for something. There's got to be a way, because I thought that yesterday when we were on with Aldi, he had like everybody off to the side.
Might have to ask him how he did it.
Yeah. I'll have to ask him.
But oh my gosh, the video is so much better.
It's just one of those things where you'll have some growing pains to go through it. Hey, I don't. You weren't on last night, Rob. I wanted, and Helen for that matter. The YouTube algorithm spit out to me. So back in the day, and I don't know if you own these or not. I did not, but I've had a lot of people tell me they did. Back when radio dramas were a thing, like you listen to the radio and they and they act out these things. So,
I got them on my I got podcasts.
Okay, so Star Wars did radio dramas for New Hope, Empire Strikes Back, and Return of the Jedi.
Okay.
And I guess they came on like multiple cassettes back in the day. This is before CDs, because this is like in the 80s. Anyway, the YouTube algorithm, you'll get a kick out of this. Go and just type into the YouTube, and this is anybody who's listening. Just type in Star Wars radio drama and Nigel's edit, NIGEL''S edit. And this guy, he's got this little tiny channel, but he's got maybe 3,000 subscribers, but he posted these things back in 2018, and they're just exploding now because everybody's working from home and they want to have something to listen to while they work.
Mm-hmm.
He's got these like 3, 4, 5 hour radio dramas that he's put in the actual actual music from the he's also incorporated, he's like taken out a lot of the fluff and he's incorporated like the actual Star Wars music, John Williams score in the background, and it's fantastic. It's so cool. Mark Hamill and Anthony Daniels are the only people that are actually voicing themselves. Everybody else is a different voice actor that's doing everything. Right. But but it is I mean, it's even weird because like it gives you some more backstory. Like it talks like you have scenes where Luke is hanging out with his friends on Tatooine and they're talking about what they want to do and where they're gonna go and what like are they gonna go to the academy later and things like that. I mean the like the interrogation scene in Star Wars where like he walks in and the little droid like moves forward, it's got the little needle and then they just cut away or whatever. There's actually a kind of a very like it's very disturbing actually like explanation of like like him actually of Darth Vader actually interrogating Leia like very forcefully and like it's like it's almost uncomfortable in a way and like it's very much like 1980s and like there's also some other like it is weird because like there's some things where it's like the classic scene where it's like your old crazy space religion Vader and like hasn't been able to find the plans and he starts choking him with his force choke
Right.
and so you hear the guy go
I find your face most disturbing.
but so obviously you're listening to radio drama so you don't know like he's choking or anything like that and so like you actually hear like the Darth Vader character go, are you wondering why you can't breathe right now, General so-and-so? So they have to have like exposition to like explain to you what you're listening to.
Love it.
Do you want to know why this hurts?
And like you hear and like when you hear Obi-Wan explaining the lightsaber to Luke over and over again, it's like, be careful with that. It can cut through anything. Just like don't touch anything with it. And like it's a lot more. There's a lot more to it, right? And like he's got all three of them, and like they're fantastic. I would strongly suggest if you just need.
How many millions has he cooked up through this now?
Well,
and of course he can't. He can't monetize it.
No, he can't monetize it because it's something. But I mean, it's one of those things where like he's got like he's got 2.95 subscribers, but I've tracked the like the number of hits he's gotten, and it's just exponentially blown up because people must be just finding this.
Just under 3K at the moment subscribers and 245,500 views for A New Hope.
Yeah, and it was like at 100,000 like 3 weeks ago. So it's just like so. But I would strongly suggest like if you need background noise, something to listen to, and something just basically to tell you the old Star Wars story that but presented in a way that you haven't experienced it.
Right.
It's super cool. It's super awesome.
Oh, I definitely gotta check it out then. I definitely have to check it out, my brother.
Yeah, but hey, you must be wrapping up.
Yeah.
And you need me to do that other thing that you with the guy and whatever.
Yeah, and I can get a hold of you tomorrow. We can take a look at that.
Well, I can do it today too. I mean, if you're busy, I understand.
No, I'm not busy. When I get off here, I'll put you in the StreamYard. That seems to be working.
Well, yeah. We got one. They'll be all excited that somebody's using it. I gotta. Thanks for reminding me.
Hey, they're back.
I gotta go and cancel my account with them.
Yeah.
Sure I don't.
Well, I'm not going to cancel it until I'm totally
happy with this one.
I mean, I like this, and the graphics are a lot better.
Oh yeah.
But until I can get it where, what's the point of having anybody in here if you're the only one? They said you can what is it, web conference or webinar?
Webinar,
yeah, you can do a webinar. So you could actually like hey, you could do your painting tutorials and like things like that. Pretty easily.
But would you be able to have people in and that kind of thing? And that's where it gets a little confusing, I guess.
Yeah, no,
I
agree.
I'm going to close this up and then I'll email you another link. And
cool. I appreciate that.
And I want to talk to you privately, anyways.
Well, I appreciate that as well. So, all right, brother. Well, brother. Thanks for having me on. It was
no problem.
To BS.
Hey, yeah, because there's something I really want to talk to you about that I have an idea for, and I was wondering if you want to buy in on it.
Well,
so
maybe we'll have to see what it is. But yeah,
we'll see what it is. All right.
Oh, cool. Godzilla says thanks for the Star Wars info, Lance.
Yeah, well, like I said, just go check it out. I mean, it's fantastic. I was like, like I said, it's just a new way to watch something that you love, that maybe you didn't find out in the first place. So
It breathes
and like,
life into something old.
yeah, exactly. So there you go. All right, I'm gonna leave. You
I'll
wrap
see you in
up,
a bit.
and then I'll
Yep.
talk to you in a bit.
All right, thanks. All right.
Okay.
All right, let's go
Back
down to
to
our
us.
gallery. Oh, see, now that's changed. Now it's up and down.
That's because it's just the two of us now.
Yeah, but it was the two of us before, and it was side by side.
Oh, I've got it side by side on. It's side by side on YouTube.
Is it? All right, hold on. I'm gonna see now. Okay, there you are. Okay.
Yeah.
What the hell? I can't. Oh. All right, we've got. Listen, thanks everybody that hung in there and actually watched this for an hour and a half.
Oh my gosh. Yeah. Thanks everyone.
I mean, we did paint a dinosaur.
We did.
And a couple bats, but I mean, if you want to see the dinosaur, I will show it to you.
Yep. Show them
There you
off.
go.
Just
Yeah, I've got to dry brush him a little bit. His mouth is drying as well. And I was actually prepping the dragon for tomorrow, but I don't want to show that because you got to be here tomorrow to see that. And listen, thanks so much. We're gonna keep on working on this and trying to figure out if Zoom is the way to go. I hope it is.
yeah.
But we'll just have to see and feel it out.
I think ultimately it's going to be a good tool. We just have to navigate it, much like we did when we first started StreamYard and Twitch, and learning.
Now tomorrow we'll be on StreamYard. This will give us a week to play around with this because I really want to use this for some D&D stuff. Because I can use multiple cameras, which is going to make a big difference. So
huge.
Yeah, so we'll take it from there. I'm going to get on with Lance. Lance and I've got to talk about something. You're going to be seeing a lot more Lance around here, trust me. I've always got something cooking in my head. So,
yep.
Yeah, God help us all.
There's a bunch of people that say they don't want to talk. They don't talk a lot in the stream because in the chat because they say dumb stuff. Like, go for it. That's what
Who
this
says
community's
dumb
about.
stuff?
Oh, that's just the general thing with the chat.
We got such a good community. I mean,
Godzilla says paint some Godzilla models for us live, please, Rob.
No, I will. I promise you. A matter of fact, I got an Aurora kit that I've been meaning to open. I wouldn't paint it and put it together until I got the second kit because I wanted to leave the first kit in the box. Shows you that's the type of Godzilla fan I am. And I do really have some really neat things that we're going to be doing. This was kind of a wash day, and I apologize for that. But I really wanted to see if we can enhance things a little bit better going forward. Our main thing here is that we are going to stream a lot more than what you see as far as taped video. I think we do better live than we do with tape video. And that's why we're trying to change everything. Going
Rob just
back
wants to make more work for me.
Yeah. And it really comes down to, Helen, is that we're better live than we were.
We are. Absolutely. We are.
We're better live than we are taped. And I rather play games live. I'm thinking doing live reviews and things like that. And I'm trying to find the right platform that I can do all this. We're a matter of fact, starting May 9th, we're dropping down to 3 taped videos a week. And everything else is live. So instead of 14 videos a week, no, actually, it's 12 videos a week. I made it, well, of course, Takeover Tuesday belongs to the girls. Yeah.
I still have to work, though.
Yeah, I got well, Steph just told me she sent me something, so now I got to go work on that. So, the thing is, I think we're just better live. We have more fun live. I enjoy doing this live. When life goes back to normal, whatever the new normal is, I'm still just going to keep on doing this. Maybe I only stream 4 times a week or 5 times a week.
And the times are likely to change just based on all of our availability.
All your availability and things like that. And, but the plan is to really just do what we're doing right now.
Yep.
And
maybe get you. I mean, we've talked about even getting, members of the community in to play games. So
yeah,
not everything is solo.
yeah. And that's what I'm looking to do with the Zoom, because I can have up to 100 people. And, some of these party games which would be a lot of fun, I think would work very well.
Mhm.
We'll feel it out. I'm going to see how this works. We're going to learn it. We're paying for it now. So, we might as well.
At least for this 5
out of it.
minutes.
Huh?
I said at least for this 5 minutes. There we go. I
Yeah.
went to a tiki hut.
Oh, did you? Oh, I was messing around with this.
Oh, this is so fun.
This part I really like. You can actually put a video behind you. Oh, where is it?
Oh wow. Yeah, see,
Yeah.
I've just gone with a static image because mine. Oh, whoa! Except it doesn't like the edges are kind of weird, but
Well, I know, but and I have no ears.
that's not bad for,
Well, I want to see if we can get something where you can have right over here.
there's the camera. Look at that. Yeah.
So I mean, it's kind of.
Oh, I can totally make that for you.
I think it'd be kind of fun.
Yeah. We need it.
When we're about to sign up.
This is what green screens are for.
I don't want to put up a green screen. I
know,
really
neither do I.
care.
Virtual background's fun though. Yeah, I'm maxing and relaxing. Yeah, someday I will have a tiki bar in my basement. That's my life goal.
This one was pretty good too. Where is it? Hold on.
I like the Aurora just because every time I've been somewhere Aurora-esque, it's been high. It's been shy. Yeah, that one. That was great.
This is how we paint out in the wilderness.
But yeah, I was in Alaska twice during prime Aurora season, and it was shy.
It's the middle of the summer, and the antelope frays through the grass.
Y'all know that we've lost it when we're doing this.
There's only one way that he can survive this day, and that is to be aware.
Oh, jeez. There we go. That looks like where I want to be.
Tomorrow's weather will be, as you can see, clear, but a strong breeze will be coming in and bringing in some storms.
Cloudy with a chance of meatballs.
Yeah, something like that. All right, let me get going, guys. It was great.
It just went backwards on me.
Oh God,
Why did it do that? Oh, here. There we go.
Oh, let me close this out. All right, everybody. Hey, thanks for sticking with us. I don't even know what this video was, but we got the rest of the Batman stuff almost done. I got about another hour of that. Peter be happy.
Label it test and chat.
Yeah, test, chat, and a little painting in between.
Yep.
But that's really what it was. And we're trying to figure out how to do this. And I could just tell that we need a lot more work on it. So we'll work on it during the week. We'll see what we can do. All right. For the lovely Helen and myself, we will see you guys very soon. Thanks for watching.